NFL players getting in trouble with the law, some for some really bad things and others not so much bad. We're going to talk about Deflategate. You know what? It's Super Bowl Sunday, baby, and we're going to talk a little NFL right after this.
You've known them to run their mouths about politics. Politics, schmalitics. Well, little did you know, they can run their mouths about other stuff as well. This is the Mark G Show. They have a natural curiosity about just about everything, from aliens, the paranormal, to the biggest natural disasters that have ever occurred on planet Earth, and everything in between. Two brothers from another mother ripping it up. And, oh no, we don't record the show. We have the balls to do it live. Call into the show at 207-370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome in. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, X. And listen, everybody, before I even get this show rocking and rolling today, I am going to get that disclaimer out before my wife texts me, and also because Gary's already putting it into the chat. Folks, everything that you're going to hear on the Mark G Show today are the views and the opinions of myself, my brother, and any guests that we may be able to get on the show. I'm not sure how well that's going to work tonight. But if we do get a guest on the show, that's going to be the opinions of themselves. I always ask that you do your own research. If you hear something that you may be questioning, do your own research, because doing your own research is always a good thing, folks, no matter what. And this show is for entertainment purposes only. Gary, what did I say?
These are facts. We're spitting straight facts today.
Entertainment purposes. Now that we got the disclaimer out of the way, listen, folks, we do have my brother Gary on the show tonight. Y'all know my brother from another mother. And then we also normally would have Zach, but unfortunately, Zach is out of the show today. He ate some bad sushi, and he won't be making it in. And I'm talking about those special rub and tug type of sushi. But maybe we'll see Zach again next week, y'all. Maybe we'll see Zach back next week.
But for now, he's going to join the common folk in the comment section.
He is. So, yeah, man. So listen, it's Super Bowl Sunday, right? Everybody's tuned into the TV. You got a lot more new people watching the Super Bowl now because they're all like, oh, Taylor Swift. Ooh, they want to watch Taylor Swift, and that's mind-blowing to me. They're watching football. I mean, hey, listen, if it boosts the NFL ratings and they make more money, so be it. But it's interesting.
It just goes to show how much in the dumps that the NFL ratings have to be for them to pull in Taylor Swift fans to boost their ratings.
Right? But listen, man, football players take a lot of traumatic stuff, right? They go through a lot of stuff. Their heads get bumped up. They take a good beating. But after doing some research, man, it seems like, NFL players may be a little more messed up than we originally thought. Like, these guys are screwed up in the head more than just being banged up in the head, man.
True. This is true.
So we're gonna start off with I've actually got NFL players who've been arrested for certain things. Some of these people are been arrested for some major crimes. And, the first and foremost one, do you remember an old Bronco that police were chasing? Do you remember that one?
Oh, man. I have faint memories of a white Bronco.
Yeah, and the glove did not fit.
I was just going to say the glove didn't fit. Yeah.
The glove didn't fit. That's right. O.J. Simpson, a former running back for the Buffalo Bills, was arrested in 1994 for the murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. In 2007, he was arrested again for armed robbery in Las Vegas. Simpson was sentenced to 33 years in jail with parole possible after 9 years. He was released in 2017.
That's crazy to me that happened in 94, dude.
Don't that make you feel old?
Bruh, like I remember it 30 years ago. And then now he's on X or Twitter or whatever, and he's like trying to be some steward of like good behavior. It's pretty funny.
Well, what's crazy to me is, okay, you're in the NFL. You know you've made millions upon millions of dollars. We're going to get to how much they make here in a little bit on the podcast, but like millions of dollars, and you got to rob someplace? Like, what's the point? Is it the thrill of the crime?
Has to be.
I mean, right? It's got to be. And also, let's go back to the murder case real quick. I mean, on all reality, the glove did not fit. He had one hell of a lawyer, Johnny Cochran, got him freaking out of murder charges. And I honestly think it was because of a good lawyer. Because in my own opinion, I want to say that O.J. Simpson's guilty. I want to say O.J. Simpson absolutely 86'd his ex-wife and her friend.
Where's your evidence?
I don't have any. I'm just trying to spark a good conversation and a good debate here.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think even though O.J. Simpson was found not guilty, did you think he did it?
I mean, probably.
Right.
But I don't know the motive. Like, I don't know enough about the trial to know the motive or whatever. If it was, I don't know. I don't know.
Could he have done it because of the emotional drama from his ex-wife being with Ronald Goldman? I think Ronald Goldman was a friend of his at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
Was she cheating on him? So he was trying to.
It was his ex-wife, and she was just a friend, and he was a friend, quote unquote. But I think they were dating. So I mean, I don't know, man.
His ex-wife was banging his buddy.
I believe so. I mean,
that's grounds for fucking, you know.
Zach is over there saying, I need to call. Zach, I don't have anything set up for the phone call, my man. Zach wants to call into the studio. Zach.
You missed your opportunity, Zach.
Zach is saying he needs a call into the studio, folks. Give me a second. No, I can't. Zach, just join the studio. If you got something to say, join the dang studio. I'm not going ahead and dealing with trying to set up the phone. Come in the studio. We'll bring you up on the screen for a minute, Zach, so you can speak your piece about O.J. Simpson.
Well, we don't even need to bring you up. You can just talk.
Yeah, you can just talk.
Don't need to see your
they don't need to see your
face today.
Face. We don't need to see your sick face. We'll have you talk to us down below. Just watch your cussing because you're watching the Super Bowl. And you said some things already that could have got us in trouble.
Grab his chin, twist it.
All right, Zach, are you there? All right, Zach. So you got something to say about O.J. Simpson, my man? All right, what do you got for us, man? What do you got for us? Okay.
So you're saying he did it?
Right. So you saying O.J. did it? You don't think it is? So you think O.J.'s innocent? Okay. All right. So y'all heard it. I got a few people in chat over on TikTok saying O.J.'s guilty, though they think O.J.'s guilty. But of course, he's been proven innocent. So we'll say O.J.'s innocent, but we'll say, in our opinion, I think O.J.'s guilty.
I mean, there's enough of a motive there,
right? And he ran. Well, that's a good question. Nucleus said he did. Why run otherwise? Why did he run? If he didn't,
and why did he switch out the gloves to some tiny little gloves? Huh?
Why did they find the bloody weapon in his vehicle or around him or somewhere? Like, didn't they? Yeah. See,
so that's not suspicious, right?
Not suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I mean, man, he was strong.
I mean, OJ's got some strength.
Yeah, man. Yeah. See, so maybe you're becoming a little toss up whether he did it or not. Okay, gotcha. All right, Zach. So you're going to kind of hang down there. Is that what you're going to do? All right, phenomenal. Well, let's move
Well,
on.
just keep yourself muted so you don't give him the old nigger noise, you
Zach,
know.
I'll mute you right now, Zach. Zach, you're muted.
All right.
I mean, if Zach, just raise your hand if you want me to talk. Rich privilege, only reason why he was acquitted, Nicholas says. Fantastic. Oh, it's funny. So we can watch Zach in the bottom studio.
Yeah, we can see him. Yeah.
You can see, matter of fact, let me do this real quick for y'all. Let me do this. We're going to have some fun here. We're going to bring Zach up, but he's going to be really tiny. Watch this. Hold on. Hold on.
Make him really little. Put him in the corner.
Really, I'm going to put Zach in the corner. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We got Zach in the corner, y'all. We got Zach down here in the corner. There we go. Perfect. All right. We'll get Zach in the corner. He's sick. We're going to put him in the corner.
Oh, he's off the screen. Oh, I have to turn my
there
phone
we
the
go.
other way if I want to see him. Yeah.
Let's go to the next football player from the NFL, Ray Caruth.
But that little edit box is there now.
That little edit box. Yeah, it is there. There it goes. All right, Ray Caruth, a Carolina Panthers player, was charged with the 1999 murder of his 8 months pregnant girlfriend, Cherika Adams. Caruth was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder, shooting into an occupied vehicle, and using an instrument to destroy an unborn child.
God,
he was sentenced to 18 to 24 years in jail and was released in 2018. What is up with NFL players and murder? Is that from being banged in the head one too many times in the field?
I mean, next week we should do basketball players and spousal abuse. That's a whole different one.
Right? And
But yes, NFL. We're talking about the NFL
today. Talking about the NFL. I mean, what is it with football players and murder, man? Do they just think because they're rich and famous that they can get away with it? Or is it because they got banged up way too many times in the head out of
trauma, dude? Those brains are like so destroyed. Yeah.
Like, I think football players should have head scans once a year and like have brain waves tested to see what Elon Musk. It's time for you to kind of use your Neuralink on these football players and see what the hell's going on. Maybe
but charge them double because they're rich. They can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. They make a shit ton of money. Definitely. You could charge them $1 million per fucking Neuralink. But I mean, that's crazy, man. And in the time that he got, 18 to 24 years, he used an instrument to destroy an unborn child the way they were. He killed a child. It's unborn, but it's still a child. He should have gotten life.
When was this? When did this happen?
1999. I was 19.
Damn, dude.
Right? I mean, he should have gotten life sentence. That was a child, regardless whether it's unborn or born. That was a child, and he should have got a life sentence, in my opinion. So, Ray Caruth, I know you're going to hear this. I honestly think you should have gotten life in prison with no bail. You took a child. You took a child's life.
You bitch.
But with that mentality, you're kind of saying that anybody who does an abortion would kind of follow into that same category.
Gary, we're not going to go down these touchy subjects.
Oh, we're not. Oh, okay. Okay. I figured
I would have a big chance of getting banned here on a lot
of. Oh, okay.
I would love
politics,
yes,
schmolitics.
exactly.
Right? Okay.
Politics, schmolitics.
No. That'll be next week's.
Yeah,
next week's podcast. Join in.
No.
Because that one will get me banned on the platforms really quickly if people knew my straight opinions on that.
No, that's what that disclaimer's for, bro.
Yeah, well, that one's really touchy.
Me and my little box.
Yes, just shut up down there. Well, let's go on to, you know what's funny is this name right here. I argue with a guy with this name, but he's not a football player. He's some type of rap artist. I think he removed me from Facebook because we definitely butted heads politically. But Tommy Kane, a former wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, was charged in 2003 with the second-degree murder of his wife, Tamira Shaikh. Kane pleaded down to a manslaughter and received an 18-year sentence. What? Okay, so this is the third one we've read. Once again, murder. Once again, a female, whether it's wife or girlfriend. In this case, it's his wife. Once again, it should have been a life sentence. He gets manslaughter with only 18 years instead of life. Money buys you anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's like a 2 or 3 tiered court system for sure. Like the more famous, the more rich you are, the more powerful you are. The law does not apply to your criminal acts the same as it does to a regular citizen.
Right, exactly. G over on TikTok saying, "Holy cow! Every football player has a rap sheet, including murder." Right, G? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
the murder.
Like, dude, all these football players make Ben Roethlisberger look like a fucking kindergartner that just turned in like the wrong homework.
I knew he was going to get that one in there.
Right, he was gonna squeeze that in there. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Money does buy you anything, right? I mean,
It really
can
does.
I go off subject a little bit? But I guess it kind of got to go this way real quick. You know, money can even buy reporters to tell the whole world that you are so mentally messed up, but you can still remain president.
I thought we weren't talking politics today.
We weren't. I just,
Okay.
I had
Okay.
to get my little plug in there. A
Okay.
little bit.
All right.
The 25th.
Join us next week for.
Oh yeah, join us next week for that topic. I'm sure it'll get even more heated after this week anyway, so it'll be even better of a conversation next week.
Yeah, right.
The wife saying, "Okay, do you even know the details of the case?" I don't know the details of the case, but it's a man 86ing a woman, taking a life of a woman, manslaughter. Maybe she initiated, but still, he can over. It's facts, and I hate to say this, ladies, don't get mad at me, but a man can overpower a woman.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I know I said it, and I'm probably gonna get heat for it.
See, my opinion, if
Yes.
you take a life, your life should get taken.
See, I'm on the border of
No matter what or what?
It depends on the circumstances. If it's like
Yeah.
self-defense, no, you're good. But if you like just randomly like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like, yeah, you should get the same exact repercussion that you gave that person that you took's life.
Damn, okay. I'm on a borderline for that. An eye for an eye, Ann says down there. All right, well, we'll see. You guys ready? All right, so I'm about ready to talk about the next football player. What do you guys think? What kind of crime do you think we're coming up to next?
Aaron Hernandez and murder.
All right. Why would just to show people that killing people is wrong, the wife just said. That's what my wife just posted.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
what did you say?
So the wife said, why would you kill people just to show people that killing people is wrong?
Because if they're gonna take a life, they need to get their life taken the exact same way they took that life.
All right. So
So you're saying in the same manner, like the same method?
Oh yeah, if you stab someone 34 times and kill them, you're gonna get stabbed 34 times until you don't have a breath left in your fucking body.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's a savage, dude.
All right. Listen. You know, this is a very hot subject. Maybe next week we can do a podcast on the death penalty. I think that'd make for a very interesting and a very controversial podcast. So let's look into the death penalty for next week. But for now, we're going to move on.
Yeah, who's the next football player murderer?
The next player is Aaron Hernandez.
Hey,
A tight end for the New England Patriots was convicted for the 2013 murder of Odin Lloyd. Hernandez was Odin Lloyd. Hernandez was found guilty in 2015 and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He committed a suicide in his prison cell in 2017. All right, he got life in prison. He got exactly what he should have been done.
I remember this.
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't remember like the specifics of the case. But I do remember it was like a pretty gnarly. Wasn't he like a gang member also? He was like affiliated with like real gang life too, outside of the NFL.
I
Or
know
am I
he had
making shit up?
I know he had gang friends and stuff like that, but I don't know if he was actually in a gang.
Like in it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he had gang affiliation.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I think
Yeah.
because I remember they had that Netflix special about it too, and like the cops go to get his security camera footage, and he like erased the whole hour or whatever he was gone because I guess he murdered him like right around the corner from his own house.
Oh, geez.
Whoa,
Yeah, he shot him like right around the corner.
That's crazy.
that's pretty gnarly. Yeah.
Well, we're going to go to another football player. Hopefully we can get a break from murder. It seems like we've gone through four football players.
Just say Ben Roethlisberger. You'd be good.
All four football players have been murderers. Let's go to our next football player here. We got Darren Sharper, a former safety who played for the Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and New Orleans Saints. Damn. Pleaded guilty to multiple rape charges across several states. Sharper was sentenced to a federal prison in the terms of 18 years in 2016. All right. His crime is fucking horrible, sickening, and disgusting. But I want to go back real quick. He got 18 years for that. Damn straight he should. But how can we go up to Tommy Kane, manslaughter, murder, 18 years, the same as rape? To me, that don't make sense. To me, Tommy Kane should have got life. Darren Sharper, 18 years. That seems pretty good. Get put on a freaking website afterwards so everybody knows exactly what he's done. But the wife is saying that the wife keeps going back to the details. Maybe I should have looked up some details on these cases, but I was kind of just going through everything.
Yeah. Put him in a prison for life and have a bunch of hungry men do the same thing to him.
That probably is already happening. That I think that what's funny is rapists and hey, guys who do bad things to children.
Yep.
They have that happen to them. They do.
Yeah. Dude, that's the crazy thing is Ben Roethlisberger, bro. He got accused of rape, and he didn't even get jail time or nothing because he didn't do it. He was proven innocent.
Really?
Yep.
Was it? Do you think that was a money thing for him? Do you think the person?
I think it was honestly a money thing because, the girl that accused him said that she did it at a bar or he did it at a bar, but yeah, the times didn't match up of when she said.
All right, interesting. You were trying to get Ben Roethlisberger over there for a little bit. I know you kept plugging him in, so we gotta get him. So I figured that was the time for you to get him in there, Zach. Get him plugged in. All right, so yeah, the wife is saying details. I know, but I like to give my opinion, even if I don't know too many details. But let's go on to another NFL.
So what justifies rape or murder?
Absolutely nothing. But now murder, some of these murder cases, that's the question, right? Are some of these murder cases, are they self-defense? Or are they in the form that the player may have thought it was self-defense? Or is it just straight up murder because of an aggression? Like I'm telling you, they get banged in the head every time they play. And how many months out of the year do they play? What do they do? Like 8 months out of the year, 9 months?
It's not even that. It's also practice, and then they've been doing it since they were children.
I don't even think they go like full like contact during practice. I think they just wear shorts and fucking helmets. That's it.
Yeah. They're just running drills and throwing during.
But yeah, they run from September until December, and then of course Super Bowl in February. But
that's a lot of head banging, man. So they may need to start getting their heads scanned. More football players start getting charged with more and more murder. They're gonna have to start doing something and checking their heads. I just think it's like this banging up of the head, the concussions, and all this shit's got to be fucking up something in their damn brain.
I don't disagree.
Right. I mean, let's move on here. So we just did Darren Sharper. We got Lawrence Taylor. Oh boy. Before I even tell you what he did, does anybody want to take any guesses?
Murder.
All right, Zach saying murder. Zach, Gary, what are you saying?
Murder.
All right, well, let's go down to Lawrence Taylor, a Hall of Fame linebacker for the New York Giants, has faced multiple legal issues, including drug-related arrest and in 2011 pleading guilty to sexual misconduct with a 16-year-old girl. Taylor was sentenced to 6 years probation and now a registered sex offender.
Oh.
Only probation, huh?
Only probation, no jail time. Now, mind you, I'm guessing it's in New York. New York is very lenient on their criminals. They're starting to turn more and more into like San Francisco. But it's silly because, what was it? Ann over in TikTok says it depends on the state that these crimes were committed. Nucleus says maybe they need a psychological profile before they're drafted. Maybe Nucleus. I mean that
Also
would be
a good idea.
right. I mean,
Well, I'm pretty sure they get CAT scans like ever so often in NFL.
do they get CAT scans?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's something we'd have to research though.
All right, we're gonna have to come back on a lot of this information, man. That's funny because I made the show on the fly too, folks. That's typically I got to start prepping a show like a couple days in advance so I can tell these guys some the show's about. So maybe these guys can help me get the show going.
Yeah, you like to surprise us, you fuck.
I do love to surprise y'all.
He has no idea how much I want to.
How much you want to like, Gary? What?
You're lucky I can't make physical contact with your face piece over here through the technology.
Yeah. Maybe in
Well,
the future you'll be able to have that little contact where you can reach through. Oh my God, you imagine?
Well, I mean, you'd be able to put me in your pocket right now. So I mean,
Hey.
I mean, that type of technology where you can reach through the screen and touch the person on the other side. Oh my God, that'd be freaky as fuck. That'd be cool.
yeah, that's how you get charged.
The websites would have a whole.
Oh my God, you imagine, dude?
Oh, dude, I would. Oh my
money
god,
they would make. The money they would make.
dude,
Wow.
I would fucking.
Augmented reality AI,
Right?
plus the little feelies coming through.
And they would charge
Nobody would ever leave their house again.
no, they
Oh,
would charge
fuck no, bro. There'd be fucking sweaty fat men on their couches with iPads in their lap every
Right?
fucking day.
Birth rates would decline by like 96%.
accounts would be emptied because they'd be charged a ridiculous amount. It'd be something like $49.99 a minute or some shit if you're gonna go reach through this.
Oh, dude, if it's gonna be like full on contact, it would be more than $50 a minute, bro.
You think more than $50 a minute?
Oh, dude, I would imagine
maybe
like
at first, but once the technology gets better, it gets cheaper, right?
No, bro.
Yeah.
I think it'd be like $1,000, bro.
Nah. Damn. All right.
'Cause you gotta think, these girls, if that actually ever did happen, they don't want to like catch anything, bro. So if they're fucking, if they're doing,
I'm talking AI. You don't even need real people. You just need
oh shit, we're talking about
you just-
AI. I was thinking you were
Yeah.
talking about like them going to like actual like live sites.
No,
Where-
well, I mean, you go to
oh.
a live site, but you're dealing with augmented reality.
Right, and
We
augmented-
are really far off of the NFL right now, aren't we?
we fell completely off. That's what happens. That's why I love this show, man. Oh man, Nucleus has a virus, right?
I got the virus.
Zach does. All right, let's go on to the next person here. I'm kind of pre-reading it real quick. All right, here we go. Michael Vick, the former Atlanta Falcons quarterback, was sentenced to 21 months in prison in 2007 for his involvement in dogfighting ring. After serving his sentence, Vick returned to the NFL and played for the Philadelphia Eagles, New York Jets, and Pittsburgh Steelers. He must suck to get traded that many times.
Nah, he was actually pretty fucking good.
He was a pretty high level player.
Was he?
Yeah, but I think he lost his spunk after going to prison.
Yeah. Didn't he also have ankle injuries or something? Or is that might be a different?
I don't know.
Yeah. Never mind. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
All right, Nucleus on TikTok. I agree with you, man. Definitely. If anybody knows this Michael Vick, they may not want him to dog sit. He might not be the right dog sitter for you.
Unless you have the meanest pit bull ever, then he'd be dog sitting fucking Vic.
Right. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Plaxico Burress, a wide receiver who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, New York Giants, and New York Jets, spent 2 years in prison for a self-inflicted gunshot wound at a nightclub due to carrying an illegal weapon in 2008. Later, Burress faced tax evasion charges. All right, tax evasion, I get. Self-inflicted wound because he was a dumbass and did not know how to carry.
Also get.
Yeah, probation, not jail time, in my opinion. Those are my thoughts. Once again, don't know the full story before the wife texted me that. But I think that would have been more of a probationary, right?
I mean, I feel like the punishment would be you almost shooting your dick off anyway. So I think that's
Self-inflicted, like you did it, right? But if it was like if you had an accidental discharge and you took out someone's kneecap and it screwed them up for life, then that would be a different thing, right?
Right, exactly. Well, then he'd be paying out a fucking buttload.
Yeah.
Especially when somebody knows who he is. Oh, yeah, he'd be.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, listen, folks, if you're going to carry real quick, make sure you got a holster. There's been people that I know that like don't have holsters, and I give them crap about it, but holsters do protect your firearm, and they do protect certain situations like that, and know how to hold it. Don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're planning on firing right at that moment.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
No.
keep your finger off the damn trigger.
Make sure the safety's on.
Yeah, that too. Agree and disagree. Moving forward off of that one, we're going to go to Irvin Fryer, a former NFL wide receiver, was sentenced to 5 years in prison in 2015 for his part in a mortgage scam. Fryer and his mother were found guilty in conspiring to defraud 7 banks of over $1 million. Good Lord. That's a lot of money. And why? Okay. So a former NFL player, number one, that must mean he already blew through all of his friggin' money if he's defrauding banks at that point and
Right.
trying to rack up money. And we're about ready to get to the money that some of these football players make. So, but after I've already seen some of these digits, how do you blow through all that freaking money unless you're like not being smart at all?
What was hold on, wasn't there a professional football player who like gave up his career because he wanted to smoke weed?
Really?
Something Williams or he was like, I want to say he was for the Dolphins or something. Hold on, let me give me 5 seconds.
We'll call that what you said, Gary Devil's Lettuce, to save us from being
Oh yeah.
And Nicholas saying yes, he was played from Miami. All right,
It was
folks.
from Miami.
It was from Miami.
Williams. Yeah, it was Williams, but who? Williams who? Bernard? No. Ricky Williams. Was it Ricky Williams? Yeah, it was Ricky Williams. He signed a 6-year, $48 million deal with Dolphins. And then he was one of the highest paid running backs at that time, back in 2002. And then he gave up his career because he wanted to partake. He wanted to participate with the Devil's Lettuce.
You know what's funny though? I do kind of find that messed up. Listen, folks, I think that's better than alcohol, in my opinion. And to be honest with you, I think it should be legalized. Some people still say no. Some people call it a gateway, but I don't really think it is. I honestly do think it's better than alcohol. And I don't know. I just don't see an issue with it. And I think they should have still allowed him to play. And I think the NFL and all them, if the football player lives in a state where it's legalized, they should allow that football player to smoke. My opinion.
I mean, if I owned a team and I had to put up hundreds of millions of my dollars to cover the insurance and everything like that with these folks.
Right. Well, listen, I would say if they are,
this is coming from someone who spent 2 decades partaking, so
listen, if they're sober when they're playing or when they're practicing and they're only partaking when they are home, I don't see an issue.
I would say off season only, but you got to be clean during the season.
Right. There you go. See, why not that? But then again, they're doing other stuff like this guy here. Sam Hurd, a wide receiver for Chicago Bears and Dallas Cowboys, was arrested in 2011 for attempting to purchase and distribute large quantities of the white powder and devil's lettuce. Hurd was sentenced to 15 years in prison in 2013 for his role in the drug distribution scheme.
Damn.
Right? That guy was like, I got the money to buy large quantities. I'm going to do it and see if I can flip my money and get more.
He was deep.
He was. I think Zach's starting to fall asleep on us down there. You see him?
Zach, you doing all right, bro? You doing all right?
Down there, Zach? Don't listen, Zach. You may be a tiny little ant down there, but we're still seeing you. We're keeping an eye on you, Zach.
Yeah, you're in the corner still.
Yeah.
I'm listening, bro.
All right. All right, well, let's go on. So, chat, I went ahead and I did some research to find some of the top paid NFL players. Now, we heard what these NFL players have done, from murder to other stuff out there, stealing, robberies, to trying to sell narcotics and so forth. The question is why, right? The question is, how fast are they blowing through all this money? Now, the thing is, they do get, did someone just say Mark? Zach, you ass. All right.
Oh,
So,
I just want to let you know. I think the Super Bowl might go to overtime.
oh, very nice. All
It's
right.
16-16 right now.
Is it really? It's tied right now? Very
Mm-hmm.
nice. All right. So that's Zach's update. Now, where the hell was I? Oh, yes.
Money.
I was talking about the money these guys made. Now, don't think if
Yes.
they get fined, they do get fined. Like, right? If they mess up, they can get fined something like ridiculous $100,000 to $1 million. So they do get fined. But Joe Burrow, a quarterback for Cincinnati Bengals, gets paid right now $55 million a season.
That's really not that much for a starting quarterback, though.
That's fucking a shit ton of money. $55 million to play for 9 months out of the year.
Do you want to know something funny about him?
Huh.
So he was originally a quarterback for Ohio State, and they never played him. And he left Ohio State his junior year, went to LSU his senior year, started, won a national championship, and got drafted to Cincinnati in the first round.
That's crazy. That's a lot of money, man. He's the highest paying NFL player right now. And then you have Justin Herbert, a quarterback for Los Angeles Chargers, at $52.5 million. Lamar Jackson, a quarterback for Baltimore Ravens, $52 million. Jalen Hurts, quarterback for Philadelphia Eagles, $51 million. Russell Wilson, quarterback for Denver Broncos, $49 million.
So how much is Patrick? How much does Patrick Mahomes fucking make? He's in the Super Bowl this year. They're not.
I'm coming up to him. Give me a second, Zach. Hold your horses. Okay, put your hand a little bit lower and just hold it there. We'll get to him. All right,
It's already on. It's already on there. I'm just
okay,
letting you know.
fantastic. Kyler Murray, quarterback of Arizona Cardinals, $46.1 million. Deshaun Watson, quarterback for Cleveland Browns, $46 million. And for the man that Zach was questioning, Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for Kansas City Chiefs, $45 million. Josh Allen, quarterback for Buffalo Bills, $43 million. Then we got Dak Prescott, quarterback Dallas Cowboys, Daniel Jones, quarterback for New York Giants, Matthew Stafford, quarterback for Los Angeles Rams, all tied with an annual salary of $40 million. So it looks like the quarterbacks are the ones that make a shit ton of money in the NFL.
$40 million is an ungodly amount of money.
$40 million just to throw a football.
$40 million for 15 games.
That is too, I don't know, man, that's way too much money. My opinion, that's way too much money.
And they're the biggest bitches on the field, too. They're not allowed to get hit fully and all that stuff.
They are. To be honest with you, they are. And the funny part is, like, how these coaches feel when they're getting paid a lot less than their players. An average salary for coaches are in the range of between $10 to $20 million per year.
But they're also not putting their body on the line.
Yeah, they're not getting beat up, but they got to train these guys. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, shit, I'll take half the salary
I was gonna say
my top player just to tell him what to do, to yell at people all day.
What do you think? $55 million for your quarterback? Okay, fine. Pay me $35 million. Give me.
Yeah, I feel like if a quarterback gets paid that much, the head coach should get paid like a certain percentage of every pass he like makes that season.
Right, G saying it's still long ass hours. Yeah, I get that, but listen, that's a lot of freaking money, y'all. I can't wrap that much money on my head. Because here,
It's not long hours. It's 4 hours every Sunday or Monday or Thursday.
But on top of training, you add in the hours for training and so forth.
They're studying tape. They're writing plays. They got a pretty gnarly job. They're living and breathing and eating football. You know what I mean?
All right, so I've got some more pay here from some people in the medical field. Because
hey, Mark, I am gonna go though, bro, because I'm falling asleep over here.
All right, Zach, we'll catch you later, my man.
All right, later, bro.
Yeah. Later, dude. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go. I got some folks here in the medical field. How much they make compared to football players, and it's quite interesting.
So I'm gonna say 120,000.
Hold on, scary. I haven't even got there yet.
Sorry,
I've got them broken down by occupation.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to ask you what they are, but I want you to wait. You jumped ahead.
Sorry. I got excited.
Whatever. Yeah, I see that. You got excited. I want to put something over your lap there because we're starting to see that.
All right.
All right. You got it? You fixed?
I mean, I got a napkin over just the tip. It's like a little ghost.
The surgeon, the average annual salary for a surgeon in the U.S. is about what, Gary?
What kind of surgeon? Like a knee surgeon's not going to make the same as a heart surgeon, or
as in a general surgeon.
just a general surgeon.
A general
surgeon. I'm going to say 400,000.
$265,554.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
That's fucking. And see, they should be paid a little bit more.
And they do like pretty long hours. They're working 12, 16-hour days.
Yeah, and they got to use their brains.
Yeah.
Unlike football players, I don't think they really have to use their brains that much.
Well, they use it differently, but yes.
It depends if they're blonde or not. All right, let's go. Anesthesiologist with an average salary of what, Gary?
I'm going to say probably 240.
They actually make more than the average surgeon.
Really? Anesthesiologist?
Anesthesiologists, average salary for them is $302,970. An anesthesiologist.
Well, I picked the wrong fucking career.
They play a critical role in patient care during surgeries by managing pain and consciousness.
Yeah, they keep them basically on the brink of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gnarly job.
So $302,000 a year. That's a damn good profession. Damn.
It really is.
I wonder how long you got to go to college for that.
I don't know, but I have a friend who does that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So your friend makes bank.
Friend makes bank.
All right. Let's go to an oral and max. Oh boy. How the fuck? Folks, I'm bad with words. We're about ready to get Gary to laugh at me. If Zach was here, he'd be really laughing. All right. We got an oral and maxillofacial surgeons. Did I say that right? I see. How do you pronounce it, Gary? Go for it.
You're close enough. That's good.
Okay. These specialists have an average salary of what, Gary?
280.
You're saying 280?
Average salary?
Average salary.
All right. Average, I'll say 220.
The average salary for them is $309,410.
Should have stuck with my original answer.
Surgeries related to the face, mouth, and jaw.
Are we going up or down in salaries here? What's good with the? Is this an ascending or descending ladder?
You better figure it out quick, Gary. You better start using that brain of yours.
I'd have a much better job if I knew how to use my brain.
All right, here we go with a dermatologist. Dermatologists who treat skin conditions have an average salary of what, Gary?
180.
327.
Fucking.
You are sucking at this game, Gary. Don't you ever go play, what is it, Jeopardy? Lots of money, Steven says. It is definitely lots. I'm beginning to think I should have went to college.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
You know words.
All right. I'm screwing up on this word, folks. I'm sorry. But luckily, there's one that goes next to it, so y'all can kind of figure it out. All right. But yeah, I'm just going to abbreviate. OBS and gynecologists, or OBGYNs, earn an average of what, Gary?
340. Now it's going to be 120, right?
$177,320 focusing on women's reproductive health.
How much is that?
$277,320. All right, here we go with a what the fuck? All right, what the fuck? All right, Gary, I'm gonna spell this out for you. I want you to figure this out. OPHTAALMOLOGIST. There you go. Except for pediatric specialists in eye health have an average salary of what?
220. 180.
Which number is it?
180. I'm going to go 180.
You're sticking with 180? Steven's got 250 over there in the TikTok chat. I've got $265,450 as an average salary for them.
This is a stupid game. I don't like this game.
Don't worry, Gary. There's only a few more to go through.
God damn.
Here we go with a psychiatrist. Y'all know every one of us needs one of those in our lives.
180.
180, you're saying?
I'm just going to say 180 for everybody, and maybe I'll get one right.
Maybe you'll get one right. All right, TikTok chat. Any of y'all got a suggestion how much y'all think a psychiatrist makes? An average salary for a psychiatrist? All right, TikTok chat is not responding to that one, so I'll just go ahead and read off that number.
220.
All right, Steven says 350. Gary, you're saying what?
220.
You're saying 220? You're not bad off on that one. $247,350.
That's still a lot of fucking money.
It is.
But I mean, I think psychologists need psychologists. Because if you think about them just literally listening to people tell them the most fucked up stuff of human nature all day.
I would almost think that a psychologist would need a psychologist.
Yeah. Like a shrink needs shrinks for sure.
They do. They got to, man. I mean, a shrink, if they're probably smart, would marry another shrink. Because all that shit, you imagine the shit that we talked about this before, the shit that shrinks here.
Yeah, dude.
And the emotional drama that their brain's going to go through for hearing half of these stories.
Yep. It's a heavy job without working in like the ER. I think the trauma center in the ER when people are coming in completely mangled from like car wrecks.
Right.
That's tough. Working in like the cancer ward, that's really tough, right? On different levels. But I feel like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, when they're just listening to people, don't go to a psychiatrist when everything is going great in their life just to talk about how amazing shit is.
So Steven on TikTok is saying a psychologist are not the same as psychiatrists.
Psychologist is one that you go to talk to about your problems, right? And a psychiatrist is what, giving you meds for if you're hearing voices.
Maybe I don't know the difference, but I see Steven just correcting
Like
us down there.
Psychologist, I think, is what you go see when you're depressed, and then I think a psychiatrist is the one that gives schizos meds.
Gotcha. Two different treatment paths. He's saying over there.
Yeah. One's like a psychologist, I think, is like a behavioral. You can change the way you think by changing lifestyles and patterns, and then a psychiatrist, I think, gives you meds. Yeah.
All right. So we got two more, and then we're going to get back to some football here.
All right.
Physicians, all other except for pediatrics.
Physicians, 220.
A general physician, what do you think?
220.
220? 238,000. You weren't bad off on that one, Gary. See, you're getting better, Gary. You're getting better.
Just got to stick to the same number all the time.
All right, Gary, ready for this one?
No.
It's got to do something with my pictures back here. So a cybersecurity manager, with the rise in digital threats and cybersecurity, manager's role is crucial, earning an average annual salary of what?
This is not a doctor, though, right?
It's a cybersecurity manager. I mean, unless you got cybersecurity inside of you.
So we went from all these medical things to...
No, that's just somebody that works in the medical field. They definitely have to have cybersecurity managers in the medical field to protect the hospital.
Well, the one in Maine obviously didn't pay their guy enough because they got hacked.
They did.
So I'm going to say that dude was making 65, but what they're supposed to be making is probably closer to 265.
All right. Well, it's actually the average annual salary is $151,489.
So you pay $151,000 for somebody to keep 280,000 people's identities safe from one establishment.
Correct.
That seems a little low.
Right. We'll have to look into some of these totals.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get back to some football stuff. People are here because the NFL, they got the Super Bowl going. And Zach says the Super Bowl might be going on overtime. If anybody's got an update for us. So Steven says their guy makes $250,000 a year in South Carolina.
Yeah, see that to me sounds about right, but it's like, fuck, man.
All right, so the chat is saying it's on overtime out there. All right, so let's get into some other stuff out here. And I can't think of the word. I was saying the word all day long today, and I cannot figure out the word that I'm talking about.
Ophthalmologist.
Scandals. Football scandals. There we go. We're going to come up with some football scandals now. All right, so it is going. So the football game's going in overtime. Keep us posted, folks, so we can let y'all, relay the score so people know.
Yeah, because we really don't care. Keep us posted because why not? Hey,
why not? All right, let's go with the first one out here. The first scandal in the football things. I got Spygate. The Spygate scandal emerged in 2007 when the New England Patriots were caught videotaping defensive signals from the New York Giants sidelines during a game, a violation of NFL rules. The incident led to a significant controversy questioning the integrity of the Patriots' success, including their Super Bowl victories. Head coach Bill Belichick was fined $500,000. The team was fined $250,000, and they were stripped of their first-round draft pick in the 2008 NFL draft. The scandal sparked a debate on the boundaries of competitive advantages and surveillance in professional sports, raising concerns about the ethics of such practices within the league.
So now my question is,
Go for it. I love your questions.
it's like they got caught.
They did.
They got caught. Does everybody want me to believe that no other team is out there doing that?
Touche. I think almost every team does that. But they probably have somebody other than the team. I think what it was is somebody from that team was there.
Yeah, they probably doing it a little more low key. They probably are better at cheating, but they're still not cheating enough to like win. But
Right.
I think all teams do it.
You think all teams do it? All right. So that's the Spygate. Never forget Ray Finkel. Nicholas says, I really wish. That's why I wish Zach
Finkel
was
is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
All right. Let's go. This next one here.
You don't know what that's from?
I don't.
See, if you watched movies more than once.
I knew that was coming up. I knew you were going to do this. What about watching movies more than once, Gary?
Just you would know about Ray Finkel.
Hello, Sonny. We see you out there. All right. Well, let's go to this next one. The next one out here is Bounty Gate. In 2012, the NFL discovered that the New Orleans Saints had operated a bounty program from 2009 to 2011 where players were paid bonuses for injuring opponents. This led to suspensions for key figures, including head coach Sean Payton for a year and indefinite suspension for defensive coordinator Greg Williams. Although Williams was later reinstated, the scandal raised significant questions about the culture of violence in football and the ethical consideration of incentivizing injury. It also led to a broader discussion on players' safety and the role of coaching in promoting ethical play and the NFL's responsibility in enforcing standards of conduct. Listen, man, I don't know about y'all, but I think NFL would be a lot more interesting if you added in a little bit of UFC. That would make it badass. You imagine a UFC football combination?
That's rugby. You're just thinking rugby.
Is it right? Does rugby?
I mean, that's Australian style football, just like minimal pads, and they just go buck.
They just go buck. They drop kick, punch, and everything else.
Not that gnarly, but just imagine football with no pads.
All right, yeah, that would hurt. But no, like I'm talking about like football with.
Is that rugby? I might be wrong. I don't know if that's rugby.
Like, listen, I'm thinking like football with drop kicks, gut punches.
I just say just let everyone get juiced to the gills.
Let them get juiced.
I'm all about it, man.
Let them play juiced up.
They have the Olympics that are coming up. I think I told you with everybody that's supposed to be on performance enhancing drugs.
Tell me about that.
I want all the leagues. I want baseball. I want basketball. I want football. Just everybody just on a bunch of Tren and D-ball and TRT and just completely psychotic.
Sonny over there saying I'm wearing a 49. Well, good luck to you and your 49ers, Sonny. I'm going to say go Kansas City Chiefs just because I don't watch football. But let's listen. Juiced up. Hey, if they're all juiced up, you may not have to worry about them getting in trouble for rapes and stuff because they're going to have a millimeter pita.
No, they'll have trend rage. They'll be fighting. There'll be more fights on the field for sure. It'll be way more aggressive. Yeah, it would be so good. It would be so good. Yeah. Go ahead, leagues.
Marks, I am not a Swiftie, Nicholas. We've already started that off at the beginning of the podcast. I am definitely not a Swiftie. I'm only going for the opposite team that everybody else is going for. If you're rooting for 49ers, I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
He's lying.
And fuck you.
He's a Swiftie.
And if you're rooting for the Chiefs, then I'm going 49ers. You see how that rolls? Let's go on before this chat gets me going. Let's move on to Ray Rice domestic violence incident. The Ray Rice scandal came to light in 2014 when a video surfaced showing Rice, a Baltimore Ravens running back, physically assaulting his fiancee in an elevator, initially suspending for 2 games. Publicly outcry over the leniency of the punishment led the NFL to reevaluate its policies on domestic violence. Rice was eventually suspended indefinitely, later overturned on an appeal, and the NFL implemented a stricter domestic violence policy. It should be 0 tolerance. This incident highlighted the NFL's handling of off-field player conduct, particularly concerning domestic violence, and prompted a widespread criticism of the league's disciplinary processes, and policies regarding player conduct off the field. Listen, so we've just recently talked about football players who've murdered people.
Yeah.
And raping people. Like, it should be zero tolerance. Like, what's going on with these football players to make them kill and do? I mean, domestic violence happens regardless, right? It happens everywhere. But almost every place has a zero domestic violence policy. How did he just not get banned from the NFL right out there? Domestic violence should be automatically be banned, and so you're not coming back. I don't know. My thoughts. My brain ticking. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Yeah, there should be a zero tolerance policy on something like that, and 100% tolerance policy on performance enhancing drugs.
Okay. All right, well, let's go on to this one. This one sounds interesting. The Love Boat Scandal. The Love Boat Scandal in 2005 involved several Minnesota Viking players who reportedly participated in a party on 2 houseboats on Lake Minnetonka, where allegations of sexual misconduct and prostitution emerged. The incident drew widespread media attention and public criticism, leading to fines and community service sentences for 4 players under the NFL's personal conduct policy. The scandal underscored issues of players' behavior off the field and led to discussion on the league's role of disciplining players for conduct detrimental to the league's image. It highlighted the need for stricter enforcement of personal conduct policies and the challenges in managing players' off-field activities. Off-field activities. Listen, I get it. It's kind of like the military. Like, what people know who you are. Like in the military, if you're not working, your uniform cannot be on in public unless you're going to a certain event, because when you're wearing that uniform, you're representing that and people know who you are. So I kind of get that, but I also don't. What are you over there searching up, Gary?
Nothing.
You sure?
Yep.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. When somebody grabs their phone in the middle of a podcast, it makes me question things.
Yeah, I got a message.
Oh, okay. Was it important? Do you need to take it? Do you need us to?
That's good. I did what I had to do. We're good.
Okay. You positive.
I mean, I can just ignore everything and just fucking go straight to my phone from now on. I mean,
oh, man. All right. We're going to go on to, we've already read about Colin Kaepernick. Let's talk about Colin Kaepernick real quick. That was a good controversy, wasn't it? You remember that one, don't you, Gary?
yeah.
Sorry, everybody already knows about Colin Kaepernick. We won't go down that route. We know about Michael Vick's dogfighting scandal. We talked about it. The NFL. Oh, here we go. We're talking about head trauma. Here's one. The NFL concussion scandal. One of the most significant controversies in recent NFL history involves the league's handling of concussion and player safety. Investigations and lawsuits have accused the NFL of downplaying the risk of concussions and failing to adequately, dear God, I can't speak, protect players from long-term brain injuries. The 2015 film Concussion brought mainstream attention to the issues, depicting the discovery of chronic traumatic CTE in former NFL players and the league's initial resistance to acknowledge the link between football-related head trauma and CTE. The scandal has led to changes, concussion protocols, increased player safety measures, and settlement exceeding $1 billion freaking dollars to compensate former players in experiencing neurological symptoms. Damn.
$1 billion dollars.
Freaking dollars. That is fucking crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
Can you imagine having that much money and just getting billed $1 billion? Damn, I would love $1 billion.
A lot of money, dude.
That is a lot of
money.
My studio would actually look like this with $1 billion. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Damn good looking studio. And you wouldn't be over there. I'd be flying you over every freaking week to come do the podcast in person and fly your ass back out. We'd be doing the shit in person.
All right.
$1 billion? Hell yeah.
Get that money.
Gotta get that money.
Get that money.
Let's talk about the butt fumble. Yeah, you heard me. I'm talking about ass fumble. A notorious play where Mark Sanchez of the New York Jets collided with a teammate's buttocks, leading to a fumble recovered for a touchdown by the opposing team. The butt fumble.
Butt fumble. All right.
I like that. Let's talk about the butt fumble, baby. All right. I just got some weird shit here. G says, yikes. Intentional tanking. The Philadelphia Eagles face accusations of deliberately losing a game by substituting in third string quarterback, which stirred controversy and questioned the integrity of the competition. You know, there's quite a bit of that going around right now in the leads up to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of people now out there crying and saying that football is scripted.
I think it is.
Do you really? So you think football is scripted?
That's why I stopped watching it. Yeah.
Interesting. What made you feel like football scripted?
I don't know. I think like some of the injuries and there are some things that happen off script, but I think for the most part, I don't know why. I think it's scripted. I just think it's play by play. Because if you can just look at some of the plays, like if you look at some replays, it's just like there's no way that somebody who's getting paid $40 million a year is going to miss a play like that.
Right.
Like they're going to miss a tackle. They're going to drop the ball. They're not going to like make the right call. I don't know. I just feel like it's a show. I think it's entertainment. And I think, yeah, it's brutal. Like these fools are getting hit and they're taking real things and they're putting in real time and they're playing a game, and there's risk involved, but I just feel like they know who's going to win. They know what's going to happen. I just feel like, I don't know, feels fake to me.
Remember when you and I found out the WWE was scripted?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Dude, it broke our heart. Remember,
Like those guys are really hitting each other. They're really, they're like putting their bodies on the line. But
yeah, because wasn't it Dad who had a friend that we worked there and we were going to go back there and watch it? Remember that?
No.
I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah. Dad had this big, broody, fucking buff type of guy that worked security there for the WWE.
Was this in LA?
No, this is here in Maine.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was too young.
You don't remember shit when you were young? You don't get like little bits and pieces that you remember?
I mean, I have like really good memory of when I was like 3 and 4 and 5, but
when you got bit by a dog?
I was actually talking about that yesterday, and I remember that really clearly.
You don't remember using like the little, those little friggin' cars there? What do you call those cars? Little tiny
Hot
cars.
Wheels?
Yeah, Hot Wheels, and like creating jumps for them. And
I remember shit like that for sure.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. I mean, I do, but I don't remember Dad hanging out with some big burly dude trying to take us to the WWF.
Gotcha. Here's a funny one. You ready,
All right.
chat? I'm ready to ask my brother something. All right. The chat, I got to be somewhat careful if we are on TikTok and other social media profiles. Okay. Dad had a house a while back out here in Maine where he lived in front of these people that had a son that did band. They had all the band shit, guitar, drum.
Yeah, I remember that place. Really good.
So you remember the first time we discovered that Dad smoked sheepskins?
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember. Yeah. Because that was right when I moved in with him. That was right when I moved in with him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or chat. Let me ask you. Chat. Y'all want to hear a good story real quick before we get back to some other stuff over here? Gary blames it on me for getting him into the devil's lettuce back when we were kids, but it is a kind of a funny story. This is back in California, and we were staying at this hotel, and it's kind of funny. It was my buddy. I think his name was Chad or Chaz. Chad. And he had a hotel. And the funny part is this guy, Chad, was a homeless guy. Him and his wife always slept out like behind like old folks' homes and stuff like that. And one day he got a hotel. I hung out with him because the guy bought us the beer and the smoke whenever we needed it. Well, we got this big thing of smoke one time because at this time, Chad pulled off this big string where he'd go into Target, grab stuff, leave Target, come back a couple hours later, return and give cash. Like this is a big thing back then. I think hopefully people still don't do that shit, but I'm sure they do.
You need to
say, right. So needless to say, he had all this money, got a hotel, told Gary about the hotel. Gary came over. We had Gary smoke. I think it was his first time ever smoking.
How old was I, Mark?
You're like 16, right? Go ahead. How old are you, Gary?
I was 11.
Oh shit, you were young.
I was 11.
So needless to say, we had we had Gary smoke for the first time. Gary, we had Gary go get us a cup of soda, and Gary forgot when to stop pouring, and the soda was overflowing out of the cup. It was the funniest fucking shit because Gary kind of just froze there.
I poured almost a whole 2-liter into one of those red Dixie cups.
It was fucking hilarious. It was great. It was just great.
11.
All right, looks like San Francisco scored 3 points. Let's move on to some more stuff here. Folks, if you're watching the game right now, there are some big bets out there today. And I'm not talking about my little tiny free bets. I'm talking about big bets. There's a wager right now of $600,000 on the San Francisco 49ers on DraftKings Sportsbook with a potential payout of $1.1 million.
Jesus.
This reflects confidence in the 49ers despite the NFC West team's recent Super Bowl performances. There's also a $540,000 wager on the Chiefs at the alternate spread of 4.5 points was made at Fanatic Sportsbook, offering the better a potential payout of $840,000 if the Chiefs cover or win outright by a narrow margin. And by the looks of it, y'all tell me the San Francisco 49ers right now got scored 3 points, which means whoever just bet $540,000 is going to be crying away their losses here soon.
They bet 540,000.
About $540,000 wager.
One person did that?
One person.
Oh my God.
Right? There was also a $500,000 bet on the 49ers at Caesar's Palace and another $500,000 bet at DraftKings, both aiming for significant profits based on the 49ers performance in the game.
Dude, to have that kind of money to just throw it away in a football game, you're a highly irresponsible human being.
It's probably more football players.
I don't care. They're very irresponsible.
Right? And that's why they're out robbing places and murdering people.
Yeah. Right?
I mean,
that's a full circle.
Right?
Jesus.
All right, folks. Listen, we're gonna get to the show here a little bit more. We're gonna get off football. It looks like Super Bowl is wrapping up over there. This is why our viewers are definitely low. Zach was like, "You're really gonna do a show on Super Bowl?" I'm like, "Why the fuck not? I gotta report. I gotta make content. We gotta record it. We gotta have a show. I don't watch football, so why not?" All right, let's go into some weird and strange news throughout this week, folks. We're gonna get down here. We're gonna do a little discussion about it. The richest man's brief fortune. Hey, look at that for the people betting $540,000 on freaking sports. A tale emerged about an individual who astonishingly became the wealthiest person alive and then lost it all within a mere 2 minutes. This roller coaster of financial fate captivates the imagination, pondering the volatile fortune and the infinite nature of wealth. He became the richest man because it was a bank error.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
You imagine open up your bank account, seeing you have billions of dollars, and then within 2 minutes having it wiped out of your bank.
Oh,
that would be such a tease.
I would look at it and know instantly that something is wrong.
Oh, most definitely. But I like just having that feeling at first when you see it, be like your heart's pounding. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then you're looking at
wire transfer.
Yeah, right. Oh shit, this came from Russia. Someone's knocking on my door next.
Yeah. Well.
Right? Oh, this came from US Treasury. I'm fucked. That's a dude, that's
printed anyway, so
right? Oh man. All right, let's go on to the revival after death. A woman experienced what can only be described as a miraculous awakening after being declared dead for 27 minutes. Only to then share a message that chilled those around her to the bone. This story blurs the lines between life and death, offering a spine-tingling testament to the mysteries that still elude. Hold on. I want to see if I can find more on this one because that one's got me kind of intrigued. And for some reason, I did not get any of the shorts for this, the news articles for this one. So give me 1 second.
You're gonna bring this up to your. You're gonna bring this up to your psychic friends or what?
Maybe. You know,
or
listen,
mediums or whatever they
I
are.
mean, could you imagine being dead for 27 minutes?
No, I
All
can't.
right. I found the article. In a riveting tale that challenges the very notion of life and death, 39-year-old Lauren Canaday from Virginia defied the odds when she woke up after being clinically dead for a staggering, 24 minutes. An exclusive revelation to Newsweek's Canada shares the extraordinary details of her post-mortem journey and profound impact it has left her. I wish Sully was here because, oh man, he would so flip out on this story. Death as just part of life. I take that very literally, says Lauren. The near-death encounter 8 months ago, Canaday, living the controlled epilepsy, faced a sudden cardiac arrest at home, leading to a cessation of heart function for the unprecedented 24 minutes. The incident, triggered by a grand mal seizure, pushed her to the brink of mortality. That is fucking crazy. Hold on here. The freaking mouse is scrolling too fast. Let's see. Where she unveiled the harrowing details of her near-death experience, from the frantic 911 call to the 24 minutes it took the EMTs to resuscitate her. Her story captivates readers with the suspense of life hanging in the balance. God damn. Dude, I couldn't imagine. And it goes down to like, the folks, just Google that if you want to know the whole story, because the article is quite big. And to be honest with you, I couldn't imagine like that. So many questions. So many questions. You're dead for 24 minutes. Was it straight blackness? Did you experience something? Did you see your body? Did you have an outer body experience? Did you have what some people say, like you see the deceased loved ones? Did you see your deceased loved one? Like, there's a lot of questions in that one. Right? Because we're all curious. Or did you wake up in the Matrix about ready to unplug yourself on the other end with a bunch of cords, about ready to wake up in your other life? We messed with Sully so bad on that. You're so quiet over there, brother.
Well, I think I shared my thoughts on this like last week or the week before. There was like a video I watched where they were like monitoring brainwave activity on people that were deceased.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like it goes to show like, because they monitor the brainwave activity for people who are awake, people on psychedelics. And they found that people on psychedelics tap into like certain, like more areas of their brain become active, right?
Right.
And then there was these brain waves that were happening on people who were deceased. And like they were gone for like 12 minutes or whatever. And then their brain hit this like such a high level of brain activity that was like pretty typically seen with folks who are on like high levels of psychedelics. And so that's why it's really hard to say if like what we like, when does consciousness leave the body? Right.
Right.
Like how long are our brains still active when we're deceased? And like, what does that activity look like? And if you come back from that activity, was that truly an afterlife experience, or was that like your brain is kind of giving you the same experience when you're on like high levels of like DMT or some psychedelic? Like it's pretty interesting phenomenon, really.
Right. Like if that happens, is there like a dopamine that gets released in your body that causes like a psychedelic trigger?
Because there's
that.
Yeah, because there's people who say that when they were deceased at the hospital, they were like cruising around the hospital and they saw like people giving birth in other rooms. They saw, right? And they saw the nurse coming down the hallway. They saw their family members who were there crying over them. They saw the procedures happening to them. And it's like, but you're dead. Like you're not here. So how are you seeing this? Right. So I don't know. There's a lot of questions.
Explain, man. There is a lot of questions.
Yeah, there's a lot that we don't know.
Right. It's that good old mystery, man. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next mystery of the pregnant stingray. Experts are scratching their heads over how a stingray in captivity managed to become pregnant without any apparent mate. This aquatic enigma presented a real-life puzzle reminiscent to immaculate conception tales, but under the sea. Are we about ready to have a Jesus stingray?
Well, there's certain animals that can do that, right? That can they can make themselves pregnant. Can't
Right.
snakes or frogs or some shit do that?
I believe so, but a stingray, obviously they can if they're stunned by a stingray getting pregnant without a mate.
Or maybe do we just not know all that we think we know about stingrays?
That is true. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to go off topic real quick because we're doing this podcast. I'm watching my video. I really do think the video quality is a lot better now using the software. I can't wait to do the clips because to me, it seems like it's more vibrant.
When your chair was turned the other way, turn your chair not other way. More. Oh, okay. There was a right now now
There's a little glitch. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some of that I noticed, but other than that, I still think it looks way better than the green screen. Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Oh, look. Hey.
Centered again. Look at that.
Popped out of my thing. Let's go. All right. Let's go to the ghostly crib visitor. A father was left stunned after catching what appeared to be a ghost arm reaching into the child's cot through the baby monitor. This eerie occurrence invites speculation about the veil between our world and the next, and whether it's impenetrable as we believe. Dude, that I don't know, man. I believe in ghost. I am a big firm believer in ghost. I feel like it's either ghost or it's that Matrix thing that I've talked about before, or not that, but the parallel universes where what we think is ghosts is actually just another form of living beings that are
like another timeline or whatever.
Their timeline, and that's what we think is ghosts. Like there's two different theories, man. It's funny because people are like, you can't believe in both. I'm like, why can't I? Oh, it looks like Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Kansas City.
Swifty.
Shut up. Wait, so they said Kansas City Chiefs won? Hold on. I gotta check something. I got free bets out here. Let me see if I want anything. Hold on, folks. We're gonna find out. I got free bets.
Hold on. You're talking about baby carriage goats or ghosts. Baby carriage goats.
Yeah, man. Baby ghost. No, baby ghost. Not ghost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. Ghost.
Baby goats. All right.
Baby ghost. All right. So San Francisco 49ers won. I only won $3.66. Oh, screw you.
But Kansas City won.
Kansas City won. I still have a couple that are open. So interesting. I have one here that may pay $4.50. This one I lost. Hold on. Let me go to open. So there's a couple still open right now.
I thought we were talking about baby goats.
We are talking about baby goats. Listen, Gary, they all were talking about shit and they got me over here looking at stuff. All right, let me get off this. I'll look after the damn podcast.
Yeah.
Watch
get all night.
That was interesting. Someone says watch Swift Sales. Hey, let me know if what's Kelsey proposes to Taylor Swift right now. I may win a freebie. Listen. Fuck. No, so we're talking about a ghost, man. You imagine watching a baby monitor and seeing a hand going through and touching your kid, but there's nobody in the house?
That would be pretty terrifying, I would imagine.
That would be scary. That's like the time when my wife was, we just had our oldest, and she called me at work because she saw a guy standing out in front of the door with a fedora hat, and it was a shadow figure. It freaked the living shit out of her, and she had me come home immediately because of it.
How long did it take you to get home?
I was in Portland at that time. So Portland's in the city that we live in. It took me about 24 minutes to get home.
Longest 24 minutes of your life, huh?
A little bit. I think it's probably more the longest 24 minutes in her life.
Yeah.
On top of that, I mean, I'm surprised though she didn't call my mother or my stepdad because at that time my mother and my stepfather lived on the first floor. The first ever apartment we had, where my parents actually lived on the first floor, we lived up on top. Well, my stepfather, my mother, excuse me. But yeah, man, let's move on here. We got a couple more news stories here to get through, folks. Mystery of, we already did that one. Cruise ship dark secret. Travelers vowed never to set foot on a cruise again after discovering a horrifying and previously unknown area of the ship. The revelation sheds light on the unseen and possibly unsettling aspects of cruise vacations, prompting questions about what else might be hidden from the unsuspected tourist eyes. That's too vague.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
that is too damn vague. What did they find on the ship? I gotta know.
Is there an article attached to that one?
There's no. I didn't get articles this time for some reason.
Fucking
Hold on.
rookie.
Listen, Gary. Listen, I was doing this on a whim. I had to do another podcast with my son. I had to do a lot of stuff. Let's see. 11 things I wish I knew before setting foot on a cruise ship. I can't even find it. I can't find that article whatsoever.
Pathetic.
Yeah, I guess I am pathetic. All right, y'all. Let your minds wander. What did they find on the cruise ship? You see this clip. Please email me. Let me know what it was because we're lost. We're lost. I did not prep. Inventory irony. Let's see how much this one's going to leave us on a cliffhanger. Inventory irony, the creator of what's been dubbed the most painful torture device in history, tragically became its first victim. This tale of poetic justice serves as a stark reminder that the seeds of our own destruction are often sown with our own hands. It did leave us in a cliffhanger, dude.
Another really vague one.
Really vague. Dude, I'm screwed. What the hell? Screw it. I'm just going to keep reading it until we find one that pops off and we can have a conversation. Bizarre birthday cake. Britain's richest artist decided to gift his girlfriend a bizarre birthday cake molded after their... I'm gonna try reading that again. Britain's richest artist decided to gift his girlfriend bizarre birthday cake molded after their unborn child. The unusual choice of cake design pushes the boundaries of conventional celebration, merging art with a touch of macabre. Why?
That's
not
cool, man.
No, man. That's I don't know. I don't know. That's not right.
That's a little odd, yeah.
Yeah, man. Why? No, man. So this one's pretty cool one. In Florida, man, you know what you got to watch out for?
Everything.
True. Well, but one of the most unique things you should watch out for is a kangaroo.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, man. It's a 911 phone call. A kangaroo made a surprise visit to an apartment complex, ending up in the pool area before being captured. The unexpected pool guest highlights the unpredictable nature of wildlife. You imagine living in an apartment building and having kangaroos, a kangaroo chilling.
Where did it come from? Like Australia, obviously, right? But like, how did it get there?
It was a pet.
Are you allowed to have pets? Kangaroos?
I think if you have a license.
Really?
Yeah. So, Mindy, yeah, we're getting everybody letting us know that Kansas City won.
Leave your bets alone, Mark.
I'm not looking at my bets, Gary. I'm not looking at my bets.
Read your next vague article.
World War II bomb unearthed in Florida.
Oh, more Florida?
Yeah, a construction crew stumbled upon the inert World War II era bomb near a Florida airport. The blast from the past reminds us that the lingering remnants of history that lie hidden beneath our feet. That one's a scary one, right by the airport.
Pretty gnarly.
Farmer Poke screaming out on TikTok, what did I tell you all? Taylor Swift football. Hey, it goes to what we were talking about earlier. Football is scripted. Listen, there were so many Taylor Swiftie fans there watching football, and so many of them watching it on the TV. People that have never watched football before were tuning in today to watch football. Why? Because this, for some reason, popular singer Taylor Swift is dating this guy, Kelsey. So they all tuned in. So, of course, you knew they were going to win.
Stupid.
Look, our chat's blowing up right now about KC winning. I'm telling y'all, Kansas City Chiefs were scripted to win, and that's the reason why they win. They didn't win by skill. They won because it told them to on their script because they feel like that may reunite America. It's just why the Patriots won so many times. How many times did the Patriots win the Super Bowl in a row? Was it like 2 or 3?
I don't know.
And it was during a time that our country needed a football team like Patriots because it was patriotic to win. Nah, Toxic Matt, they won by script. So yeah, Farpo, 2003 and 2004, the Patriots won. Yeah, it's all scripted, folks. It's all scripted. We were just having a conversation about that. Football is scripted. If you want to contest that, I would say I'd open up my lines, but I don't know if it'd work. But I will try because we're at the end of the podcast anyways. I literally have no other material. So we're going to try this. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a multiple guest over on TikTok. And we're going to see if this works. Oh, it will not allow me to do it. You suck. All right, TikTok, I can't bring y'all in because the phone lines are down. I ain't got nothing else other than saying congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Proud that you won via a script. And y'all
I was going to say, I'm glad they wrote you into the victory ceremony this year.
All because y'all were riding on the backs of Taylor Swift. And the NFL needed a publicity stunt. So congratulations.
Kudos.
Gary, do you got anything you want to say? Congratulations to Taylor Swift, Michelle Rambo.
Yeah, right? For real. That's it right there.
That's it. Congratulations to Taylor Swift for your win on the Super Bowl. Will she get a Super Bowl ring? That's going to be a question to ask, folks. Do you think, let's take a poll on TikTok. Do y'all think because this is a big publicity stunt, do you think she will get a ring? I got to see what TikTok says before we
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
She is saying yes in the chat. Let's see. Anybody else think she's going to get a ring?
Give her the trophy.
Right. They're all just chatting a second ago. Yeah, give her a trophy, Michelle. LOL, no, just a big check. Right? Yeah, they're going to give her a big old fat check.
Yeah.
She's going to get her cut in the publicity. All right, for everybody out watching us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and X, we're going to end it with y'all over there now. And the same with you all in the audio. Thank y'all for tuning in. TikTok, hang around. We'll be right back.
You've been listening to the Mark G Show. You may know them from their political commentary, but there's a lot more to the fellas than politics. And that's why we created this show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But until then, make sure to reach out on social media. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok at The Mark G Show. And to email the show, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. Take care, and we'll see you next time on the Mark G Show.
And as Zach would say, penis. All right, audio's ended. Ending other social medias now.